So Casper versus Leesa. Once a really difficult comparison to make, but now thanks to the brand new Casper 1 update, it's a little bit easier. But which bed is right for you? We're going to talk about that in today's video. Alright, so in this video, we're going to be doing a direct head-to-head comparison between the Leesa Original, which is their flagship mattress, and the new flagship mattress from Casper, the Casper 1. This is replacing the Casper Original, and in the past, the Leesa Original and the Casper Original were very similar, and it was kind of difficult to really draw distinctions between them. But now, with the new updated Casper 1, it's a little bit easier. We're going to cover what these beds have in common and how they're different, and who might want to get one over the other. If that sounds good and you find this video helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that a lot. It helps us out quite a bit. And there's going to be a lot more information down below in the description, including full written reviews of these beds if you want to learn more, and any discounts we can find to help bring the prices of these beds down. They'll be found down there as well. Let's get into the comparison by doing a brief overview of the policy information for both Casper and Leesa. And in this section, they're going to be identical. Both come with completely free bed-in-a-box shipping. This is how the vast majority of beds are delivered these days. Unboxing a bed is pretty quick and easy to do, although we do recommend having a friend there to help you out, especially with a larger size mattress like a king or a queen, because it makes the process go a lot more smoothly. Now, there will be a bit of an off-gassing process with both the Casper 1 and the Leesa Original, but it should take only about a day for it to fully inflate and reach its proper firmness level and for the odor to dissipate, so it's really no big deal. Once the bed arrives at your door, you get a trial period of 100 nights with both Casper and Leesa, which is pretty fantastic. You get a little bit over 3 months to determine if you really like the mattress and you want to keep it. If you decide you don't want the mattress within the trial period, you can return it for free and get a full refund. A lot of brands are starting to do return fees of $99, but as of right now, both Casper and Leesa's are still completely free. That might change in the future though. And if you decide to keep the beds, which you probably will if you're doing lots of research, both come with standard 10-year warranties. More info about all these policies will be linked down below in the description if you want to check them out. But let's get into the more important stuff now, like what these beds have in common before we get into their key differences. And the first big thing they have in common is their construction is pretty darn similar. Both are 3-layer all-foam mattresses, which means they don't feature any coils or springs. This generally means that the bed is going to be lighter and easier to move and do a better job at isolating cross-mattress motion. We did observe both beds doing really well at that particular category, which is great news for couples. And then both the Casper 1 and the Leesa Original feature a memory foam transition layer that goes above that support layer, and then they both have a more responsive neutral top comfort layer. Even though their overall designs are very similar, they do have quite a bit of a difference in firmness and feel, which we'll talk about here in a second. Then the other big similarity between the Casper 1 and the Leesa Original is pricing. They're both very close together when all is said and done. A queen size Casper 1 has an MSRP of about $1,250, and a queen size Leesa Original is about $1,300. Once you factor in discounts, right now the Casper 1 is about $1,000 for a queen, and the Leesa Original is slightly more than $1,000. So when it comes to price, these beds are very close together, and I don't really see anyone choosing the Casper 1 over the Leesa Original just because it's slightly more affordable. You're only looking at about $30 to $50 right now. Prices do change pretty regularly for online beds, so make sure you look down below in the description for what's current on these beds. However, even if prices do change in the future, I would imagine both Casper and Leesa really trying to make sure that these two beds stay very close together in terms of price because they are in such head-to-head competition with each other. So those are the two big similarities between the Leesa Original and the Casper 1. It's a similar overall design and a very similar price point. Let's start getting into their key differences now. And the number one thing you need to know between these two beds that's going to be different is firmness. So in the past, the Leesa Original and the Casper Original were both rated at around a medium on our firmness scale. So they were both very accommodating for most sleeper types, including back, stomach, side, and combination sleepers. Now the Leesa Original is still at a medium, they haven't updated it, but the Casper 1 is a much firmer mattress option. In our testing, we found the Casper 1 mattress to be at least a medium firm, if not a little bit firmer than that. That means the Casper 1 is going to be a better option for strict back and stomach sleepers and certain combo sleepers, but if you do sleep on your side a significant portion of the night, then the Casper 1 will probably be too firm for you. When we initially tested the new Casper 1, we were actually pretty surprised by this, but it actually lines up really well with what Casper is saying on their website, that the Casper 1 is just intended to be a firmer overall option. And again, the Leesa Original is still around a flat medium, so generally accommodating for all sleeper types, including side sleepers. So if you are a side sleeper, then to me, the Leesa Original is the obvious choice. But if you're more of a back or stomach sleeper, then I think the Casper 1 probably makes a bit more sense because you get a little bit less give and more firmness with this mattress in comparison to Leesa. And then the other big difference is going to come down to feel. So with the old Casper Original and the Leesa Original, they felt very similar. You can actually check out a fun video we did where I tried to identify mattresses blindfolded, and it was actually really hard to determine which one was the Leesa Original and which one was the Casper Original because they felt so similar.
This is a little tougher, but I am pretty much certain that this is Leesa. This generic feel, the soft foam feel, is kind of hard to discern. This could also be Casper, but I feel good about this one. Or do I? Yeah, these are the toughest ones for sure. I mean, I know it's Leesa, but
Now there's actually a pretty significant difference here. I would describe both of them in general to have more of a neutral foam feel, although you get a bit more density with the Casper 1. I think this is because the memory foam layer is just a bit more pronounced on the Casper 1, so you still get a nice responsive feel thanks to that top layer of foam, but you wind up feeling a bit more of the density of the memory foam, and it has a pretty unique feel overall when the Leesa original just has a nice, soft, neutral, accommodating feel that most people really like. I do think most people will enjoy the feel of the Casper 1. It's just quite a bit different than the old Casper original, which again, we were kind of surprised by when we tested this new mattress. Personally, I enjoy the feel of the Leesa original a bit more than the Casper 1, and I think a lot of people will probably agree with me. Although if you are more of a fan of a memory foam dense type feel, then the Casper 1 might make a little more sense. I could get into a few other things like edge support, motion isolation, and temperature regulation in regards to these two beds, but both the Casper 1 and the Leesa original perform pretty much equally in all those categories, and these things like feel, firmness, price, and design are really the main things you're going to be looking at when shopping between these two beds. And that leaves us with the question, who should consider picking up the Casper 1 and who should consider picking up the Leesa original? And I think that is a very easy question to answer thanks to their difference in firmness. If you know you want a noticeably firm mattress and you're a back sleeper or a stomach sleeper, and want very little give in your bed, then the Casper 1 is the obvious choice. If you're more of a side sleeper and you want a more accommodating medium firmness, then I think it's the Leesa original. They do feel quite a bit different than each other, but I don't really see that being the main deciding factor when firmness is so vastly different. So that's really what it comes down to. I think both these beds are pretty fantastic, although me personally being a side sleeper, I like the Leesa original now quite a bit more than the Casper 1, but not everyone is a side sleeper. If you're a back sleeper, the Casper 1 will probably be the better choice. But let us know what you think. Write us down below in the comment section. We'd love to get your thoughts. And again, tons of stuff in the description to help you with your online mattress search, including full written reviews of Leesa and Casper. If you found this video helpful or interesting in any way, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that a lot. But that's going to do it for me. This is Owen with CNET Sleep. I'll see you in the next one.